Rocky the Avalanche Rescue Dog. The race against the snow, in the cold, towering mountains, where snow covered the peaks year-round and the wind howled through the valleys, there lived a brave rescue dog named Rocky. Rocky was a large, strong dog with thick white fur and gentle brown eyes, perfectly suited for life in the snow-covered wilderness. He belonged to the Alpine Rescue Team, and he had one very important job: finding people trapped in avalanches. Rocky's nose was his greatest tool. He had been trained from a young age to sniff out people buried under the snow, and his strong legs could dig through the icy layers faster than any human. He worked alongside his handler, Lucas, who was a skilled mountaineer and part of the rescue team. One cold winter morning, while Rocky and Lucas were out on a training exercise in the mountains, a call came over the rescue radio. A group of skiers had been caught in an avalanche high up on the Silver Peak Trail. The snow had come crashing down from the mountain, burying them in minutes. Lucas's face turned serious as he patted Rocky's head. "We've got to move fast, Rocky. The clock is ticking. Are you ready, boy?" Rocky gave a determined bark, his tail wagging eagerly. He knew this was a life-or-death mission, and he was ready to help. The rescue team quickly gathered their equipment and made their way to Silver Peak by helicopter. The wind was fierce, and snow blew through the air like a storm, but nothing could stop Rocky. He wore his bright orange rescue vest, which stood out against the white landscape, and his sturdy paws gripped the icy ground as they stepped off the helicopter. "Let's get to work, Rocky," Lucas said as he pointed to the vast field of snow where the avalanche had occurred. Rocky's nose twitched as he began sniffing the ground, moving in quick, deliberate circles. The snow was thick, and the air was freezing, but Rocky remained focused. He knew there were people trapped beneath the snow, and time was running out. Suddenly, Rocky picked up a scent. His ears perked up, and he barked to alert Lucas. With powerful strides, Rocky dashed toward a spot where the snow seemed a little disturbed. He began digging furiously, his paws moving fast as he tossed snow aside. Lucas knelt down beside him and helped dig, knowing that every second mattered. The snow was deep, but Rocky didn't give up. His strong nose led him straight to a skier who had been buried under the snow. "There you are," Lucas exclaimed as they uncovered the skier, who was cold and frightened but alive. "Thank you," the skier gasped, his breath fogging in the cold air as Lucas pulled him free. Rocky barked again, wagging his tail with excitement. He wasn't done yet. There were still more people to find. With the first skier safely in the hands of the rescue team, Rocky continued searching the snowfield. His nose twitched again as he picked up another scent. He bounded toward the far side of the avalanche zone, where the snow was packed even tighter. Without hesitation, Rocky began digging once more, his paws flying through the snow as if it were sand. Lucas joined him, and together they uncovered a second skier. This one had been trapped under a layer of ice, but thanks to Rocky's keen nose and strong digging skills, they found him just in time. "Rocky, you're incredible," Lucas said, smiling as they helped the skier to safety. But then, as they were about to finish the mission, Rocky paused, his nose sniffing the air again. He had picked up something else, a faint scent coming from farther up the mountain. Rocky barked urgently, tugging on Lucas's sleeve to follow him. "What is it, boy? Another skier?" Lucas asked, looking up at the steep, snow-covered slope. Rocky dashed toward the scent, and Lucas followed closely. The wind howled, and the snow was getting deeper, but Rocky's nose didn't lie. He raced up the slope, his paws sinking into the snow as he climbed higher and higher. Finally, Rocky stopped at a small outcropping of rocks where the snow had piled up in deep drifts. With a loud bark, Rocky began digging again, his powerful paws moving through the snow with determination. Lucas joined him, and together they dug through the icy layers. After a few tense moments, they uncovered a third skier who had been trapped under a large rock. The skier gasped for air, her face pale with cold. "I thought I'd never be found," she whispered, shivering as Lucas helped her out of the snow. "Thanks to Rocky, we found you just in time," Lucas said, wrapping the skier in a warm blanket from his pack. "You're going to be okay now." Rocky wagged his tail, proud of the work they had done. He knew that this skier had been buried the deepest, and finding her had been the toughest challenge of the day. But Rocky never gave up, not when lives were at stake. With all three skiers rescued, the team made their way back down the mountain, where a medical crew was waiting to take care of the skiers. The snowstorm had started to clear, and the sun was setting behind the mountains, casting a warm, golden glow over the snowy peaks. As they boarded the helicopter, Lucas gave Rocky a big hug. "You did it, Rocky. You saved them all." Rocky barked happily, his heart full of pride. He loved his job, and he loved helping people. There was no greater feeling than knowing he had made a difference. That night, back at the rescue station, Rocky curled up in his cozy bed by the fire. His paws were tired, but his heart was warm. He knew there would be more rescues in the future, but for now, he could rest knowing that he had done his job well. Rocky wasn't just a dog. He was a hero, a rescue dog who saved lives in the harshest conditions. And as long as there were people in need, Rocky would always be there, ready to race through the snow and bring them home.